This is KVUE News Daybreak.
Family and friends still searching for their loved ones after the terror attack in Manchester. This morning, what we're learning about the suspected attacker.
And the Austin Police Department making changes this morning after that attack in the UK. What they're doing in our city to gear up for upcoming concerts.
Tackling the city's untested rape kit crisis, a new program that will help get criminals off the street. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us for KVUE News Daybreak at 5 a.m. I'm Brian May.
And I'm Yvonne Nava. It is Wednesday, May 24th. Let's take a look at outside. You can see the Capitol here. Forecast looks pretty good today. More rain. No more rain expected or more rain expected? We're going to check in, see how long all of this is going to last. Let's check in with Erica Lopez.
All right, Yvonne, no more rain expected. I'm sure you guys want a break after the storms we saw yesterday evening. Take a look at this photo. Matt Whitmer was able to capture this. Lots of lightning with the storms associated yesterday evening, and you can even see lots of rain on the ground also. Impressive storms pushed through our viewing area pretty much during rush hour commute yesterday. Lots of heavy rain and also hail. Strong winds was also one of the top reports. Here's the temperatures you're waking up to right now. 50s and 40s. Quite the cool down. You're waking up to temperatures across the hill country around 15 degrees cooler than where we were yesterday, and also feeling that cool down for our central and eastern counties. Here's how today's going to play out. Enjoy the sunshine. We have a nice stretch of lots of sunny days and also warm temperatures. Today's going to be the coolest day of the next few days, so enjoy it and just soak up the sun. You guys definitely deserve it here in Central Texas. Anna V. Reyes has the latest in traffic this morning. Anything accident-wise to talk about?
Thank you, Erica. Good morning. Well, just one stalled vehicle here north of Austin. This is at Runberg Lane at Loop, the Lamar Boulevard Loop here, 275. So just watch out for that if you're traveling north of Austin. Let's go ahead just a little bit south. If you're going to take the exit towards Montopolis on 183 southbound, just make sure that it's going that you watch out for that because it's going to be closed until early next year. So you want to go ahead and exit Bull, and then just make a U-turn at the Levander and Airport U-turn right here towards Montopolis southbound. That's it for traffic. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Anna V. This morning, Manchester police say they've made 3 more arrests related to Monday night's deadly bombing. We're also learning more information about the alleged attacker, 22-year-old Salman Abedi. Investigators say detonated the suicide bomb just after the Ariana Grande concert on Monday night. A photo of Abedi was first published on the front page of the British newspaper The Sun. ABC's Molly Hunter explains what top security officials are now doing to protect families all across Britain, including the royal family.
This morning in the UK, the terror threat level at critical, its highest level. Prime Minister Theresa May saying another attack may be imminent. It comes after police say a man detonated a suicide bomb at an Ariana Grande concert just as the show let out, killing 22 people. Bethany Keeling was right near the exit when the bomb went off.
Saw like flash, like an explosion flash. I grabbed my friend's hand and just ran. But we looked and we could see the bodies on the floor.
The London tabloid The Sun publishing the first picture of the alleged bomber, 22-year-old Salman Abedi, born in Britain to parents from Libya. In their investigation, police blowing the door off his Manchester home just miles from the concert arena, looking for evidence, including his phone and computer.
I think the use of a bomb here, as opposed to a car or a knife, demonstrates a much higher degree of sophistication by this individual, really suggesting that he probably did not act alone, that he probably had some help, that he certainly had some advice on how to create the bomb.
As we learn more about the victims, Safi Roussos, the youngest known victim at just 8 years old, a teacher remembered her as simply a beautiful little girl in every aspect of the word, who was loved by everyone. 18-year-old Georgina Callender, this is the teenage superfan pictured with Grande here 2 years ago. And 15-year-old Olivia Campbell. Before knowing of her passing, Olivia's uncle stood at the hospital doors showing everyone her picture, hoping for answers. And this morning, many, many more still missing. Martin Head, separated from his friends at the end of the show, and this mother, Wendy Fowle, who hasn't been seen since the concert.
And on the cover of nearly every newspaper today, Safi Roussos, 8 years old, the youngest victim, and police have told families waiting they will have many more answers today. In Manchester, Molly Hunter, ABC News.
Well, in the wake of that attack, some wonder what security measures are in place here in Austin. Next week, Blues on the Green kicks off for the summer at Zilker Park, and this weekend, Lone Star Jam is taking place at the Travis County Expo Center. KVUE's Christy Millward is live at Vic Mathias Shores. And Christy, what are authorities doing to keep everyone safe here?
Well, Yvonne, we know there are plenty of live music events right here in Austin. One was here just a couple of weeks ago, the Garth Brooks concert for South by. There were lots of people here and lots of security, and that's something that county and city officials prepare for. Now, the Austin Police Department oversees a lot of the security at live music venues across the city and say they'll beef it up as needed. APD also says they continue to monitor any and all reported threats made toward large events and venues across the city. They work with federal and local authorities like the Travis County Emergency Management Department. Their assisting emergency management coordinator says they're prepared for a terrorist incident if something like that ever happened here. He explains the chain of command.
So in the case of terrorism, the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations, is the lead agency. And then they would work with the local law enforcement partners, and then we would work with them to support resource requests and to serve as a coordination point.
Now, due to security, emergency officials tell us they can't reveal their exact safety protocol to the public, but do tell us several agencies work together often to come up with a plan and make sure it's up to date. Now, if you're out at one of these venues for a concert or really any event, if you see anything suspicious, APD says it is important to report it to them by calling 911. Reporting live at Vic Mathias Shores, Christy Millward, KVUE News.
Christy, thank you. And President Donald Trump is in Rome today for his first meeting with Pope Francis at the Vatican. After the Pope greeted the President and the First Lady, the Pontiff and the President met privately for around 20 minutes. It's part of the President's 9-day trip overseas. This is the third stop of Trump's tour of sites representing 3 major religions. The Pope says he hopes to find some common ground with President Trump on several social issues that impact different parts of the world.
All new overnight, a last-minute effort to bring back a bill that would limit which bathrooms transgender people can use is expected to fail this morning when the legislature meets once again. Last night, the state Senate tacked on an amendment saying transgender people in Texas need to use public restrooms corresponding with the sex on their birth certificate to an unrelated proposal on county governments. The author of the original bill says now that the measure is headed back to the House, he will kill the bill, which he has the power to do. Earlier this week, lawmakers added an amendment dealing with transgender restrooms to a school emergency planning bill. That legislation headed back to the Senate now. It's also expected to fail.
Now to a KVUE Defenders Austin American Statesman exclusive. The Austin Police Department is getting ready to launch a new program that will help tackle the city's untested rape kit backlog. According to our partners at the Statesman, APD is launching a sexual assault cold case unit. Officials will look through more than 3,000 untested kits with forensic samples from victims, some dating back to the early 1990s. Over the past 10 months, the department has been working with both private and government labs to test those samples. APD officials tell us solving those crimes and getting perpetrators off the streets is a top priority.
So in a lot of these cases, the suspect is already known, and when we test the kit, we'll likely find that it is that suspect, but we have a duty to test that kit anyway and to work that case towards closure.
The unit will be made up of 4 full-time investigators who will interview witnesses, victims, and suspects.
Here's some good news this morning. America's oldest living World War II veteran, Richard Overton, is back home after battling pneumonia for almost a week. The 111-year-old Austinites family admitted him to St. David's Medical Center back on Friday with a fever of 102 degrees. Doctors diagnosed him with pneumonia in his right lung. Relatives say he's doing much better today. Strong storms swept through central Texas yesterday in Manheim, just outside of Giddings. One family still can't believe how quickly it all happened. KVUE's Michael Perchik went to the scene and shows us the damage left behind by this powerful storm.
This dime-sized hail doing no damage right now as it sits right outside this mobile home in Manheim. But if you take a look behind me, it was all part of a very scary 10 minutes that led to damage throughout the property.
I couldn't even see through my windows. I mean, it was just pouring down rain. The hail was hitting the door. I couldn't even hear myself talk. It was like bullets hitting the door. It was just crazy.
For Tiffany Albrecht, this is the calm after the storm.
My kids were like, Mom, what is that? And I was like, get in the bathroom, get in the bathroom.
When it was all over, pounding hail and winds exceeding 70 miles per hour left their mark. Tin ripped back on the shed's roof. Side paneling peeled back around the home.
Unfortunately, we don't have homeowner insurance, so anything that we repair, we have to pay, out of pocket.
But that material damage pales in comparison to the knowledge her family is safe, allowing them to breathe a little easier for the moment. In Mannheim, I'm Michael Perchik, KVUE News Daybreak.
Yeah, those were some pretty intense storms. We had several severe thunderstorm warnings, also plenty of severe storm reports. Hurricane wind force gusts up to 75 miles an hour in portions of our viewing area. So that's what we saw. As far as what you're waking up to this morning, temperature-wise, things are kind of cool. Excuse me, my graphics are taking a little bit too low there. There we are. But current temperatures, you may need a sweater before you head out the door because we're waking up to temps in the 50s, also some 40s across the hill country this morning. Check out the entire Lone Star State. Things are quiet. Things are dry. Everyone's seeing a northwest wind right now thanks to that cold front. And temperatures even close to the lower 40s right now. Amarillo, Lubbock, 47 degrees. Definitely a cool down from where we were 24 hours ago. About 15 degrees cooler this morning, Fredericksburg, than yesterday morning. A 9-degree cool down for Austin. But you're definitely going to feel it because the air mass is very, very dry out there. That's going to help us have some sunshine in the forecast, not only today, but I'm talking a large stretch of lots of sunshine. Tracking the next chance of rain, I'll talk about it in the full forecast. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Erica. 5:11 now, and CVS Pharmacies working to keep your family safe this summer. The drugstore chain getting rid of sunscreens that don't provide enough protection from sun damage. CVS will now only carry products with SPF 15 or higher. The store will start selling only dermatologist-approved sunscreens as well. SPF 15 is the Food and Drug Administration's minimum recommendation to protect yourself against skin damage. Cleaning up after yesterday's storms here in Central Texas.
A look at the damage left behind and how one local man says he plans to recover.
And have you ever heard of curbside grocery service? Well, just about every grocery store is doing it these days. And customers, many, are raving about it. Next, we'll explain what it is and if it's worth it.